Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Matt Fails at Setting Up TeamSpeak podcast. I'm your host, Earth the Fat, and today I'm joined by Zaire JWC.
Pokemon.
Yeah, who is playing Pokemon right now and streaming it in Discord to people.
Leaf green, boys. Leaf green. I got a text.
Bear is Speak or Small Boy Bear. Or Rob.
Hello.
Charles or Club Penguin or whatever the fuck name. I'm just gonna call you by the name on here. Cum Cocoon or Melon Wrap.
Yo, it's popping.
With the fucking and then Rhyneeks or Cum Dispenser with the fucking Zaire 5-head image. That is a great image.
Oh, I'm trying to get that on Frank Z or which one was it?
Frank or
Better
Face
TTV.
Z? Oh.
No, I'm getting on Better TTV so I can get the GIF of it so I can have it in chat.
All right. So this is our first podcast back and also our first one using TeamSpeak, and there's some issues. Can you shut up about the Pokemon, dude?
No, I said who's typing? I hear typing.
No one's typing.
Someone was typing.
Is it Epic?
For sure typing. I heard it.
I did not hear typing.
I heard it too, so...
All right. I don't know.
Epic's muted for me.
Okay.
The podcast becomes a red scare. Instead of looking for reds, you're looking for somebody who's typing.
Yeah, TeamSpeak's been a little bit problem filled, so we're still ironing it out. So we still have a few. Expect some weird audio shit for the next few podcasts, but it should get better. Like I'm noticing right now with Discord audio, or not Discord, my VoIP audio and OBS is just slightly like ramping, and nothing. I can't hear anything. So there's clearly some issues we have to iron out. No, okay, sorry, good. I thought me talking was being fed through the Discord or the VoIP audio, and it wasn't. We're good. So our first topic here is from 9to5Mac. Microsoft is planning a controversial switch from native Outlook for Mac app to the web version. As Microsoft looks toward the future, one Outlook is the vision for how its mail and calendar app will evolve. Notably, the biggest part of that includes a controversial shift from dedicated Mac and Windows apps to a web-based app that's platform agnostic. Nice keyboard noises.
Yeah.
Reported, and then I'm not going to read the whole article. Why would I read that? Essentially, it just looks like they're switching Outlook from its actual base client to the web version. I have no idea why the fuck Microsoft would do this. It just seems stupid. I think what I think would be is they don't want to manage a separate client for a platform that they most likely don't make nearly as much money on having Outlook on. Like I doubt many Mac users buy Outlook,
Which is smart.
Yep.
I wouldn't even say it's smart. I don't know. I can't imagine Mac users buying a Windows application.
Unless it's for like those. Maybe it's for the people who said, "Oh, I need a computer." They got the Mac, like how many people do, and then they need Outlook.
Or there might be people that need a specific thing that Outlook has that have a job with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this would fuck with that if they're just making Outlook the web version and not the. And granted, it looks like it's just the mail app, right? Not the.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not like the whole suite. It's just the mail app. Epic, that was really distracting, changing it to the fucking petting gif of Zaire's forehead.
Hey, Matt, put it on the screen right now.
I really don't want to. I'm not even recording the screen.
No, when you listen to this, when you re-listen to this, Matt, I'll send you it right now.
No, I just put it on screen for a split second.
Send it to me.
We're gonna move on to a more interesting topic. That was a really boring way to start it out, and I don't know why I chose that topic. This is from TechSpot. Graphics cards face further shortages. Oh, I like this one. Graphics cards face further shortages as crypto prices rise. Oh, we see a repeat of the 2017 situation.
Man, this sucks again because I want to buy a graphics card, but I can't still.
Yeah, same.
This goes over some of the
money still, so.
This goes over some of the crypto stuff. I was talking about, or that I mentioned I wanted to talk about in the podcast text chat, but a lot of this stems from the fact that crypto, specifically, the phone ringing, because I forgot to take the batteries out of the phone.
Who's calling?
The IRS.
Rob, it's actually your mom who's calling.
Oof,
nice.
It looks like, so, and I really fucking hate this. Crypto, like, earlier this year, was like $9,000, like Bitcoin. Sorry, Bitcoin early this year was $9,000 a coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I bought in for a bit, and it went down to 8,000, and I lost a bit of money. I'm like, all right, I'll just sell it. I should have kept it in because now one Bitcoin's worth $32,000 fucking dollars.
Oh, when
That's
I think about
crazy.
that, do you guys remember the video of the guy buying pizzas?
yeah, well,
like
it was
20
like
pizzas?
10,000 Bitcoins.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he could be set for like many years. And he's probably just pissed.
Well, Moist Critical talked about this on his channel, and he said, or not on his channel, on his Twitch stream, and he said if that guy has that amount of Bitcoin to throw around, he probably has a spare 40,000 Bitcoin just sitting in a wallet. Like if he can just throw around 10K of it, he's got more.
And that YouTube hasn't uploaded since that that video, I think.
Yeah. But no, Bitcoin has been, and every crypto, like Ethereum hit 1K for the first time in like 3 years, and just a few days ago, maybe what was it? Like maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, it was literally $740 a coin, and now it's $1,024 last time I checked a coin. So it's really ramping up. It's really doing well. Maybe it's a bit more than that. Either way, you get the idea. Bitcoin, Ethereum, every crypto, you name it, is rising in price. Dogecoin hit 1 cent per coin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I lost money in that too because I bought in and then it immediately went down to 0.09 cents.
Why would you buy in?
Because people actually bought in like mass and sold it and made like a couple $1,000 because the price rose like slightly.
You know, all I want is just one Dogecoin. That's it.
You can buy it.
That's a goal in life.
Yeah. So I'm not happy with Dogecoin, but I should have known better than buying into the meme coin. Like
Yes,
it's the
you
meme
really
coin.
shouldn't have done that.
It's available on Robinhood, so they don't see it as a meme, but it is ultimately the meme coin. But because of the I want to say recent rise, because it looks like it'll always be like a rise and then a fall of cryptocurrency for the next at least 20 years. With the current rise of cryptocurrency, that will inevitably crash in about 6 to 12 months and then start climbing its way back up over the next few years. There's now, this article just mentions how there's a graphics card shortage. But the difference is we're already in a graphics card shortage.
There's gonna be none. There's generally gonna be none in maybe like it's January, February, March, April, May. I think there'll be no graphics cards.
In 2022, there will still be no graphics card. In 2023.
None.
Yeah,
Not a
none,
single
absolutely.
card.
You're going to have to emulate graphics cards somehow.
Emulating graphics cards. I'm not very well. First of all, I'm not very happy with the photo this article shows. All of those GPUs are fucking PNY GPUs.
Ooh.
That person's an idiot. Like it's like, oh hey, let me just buy like 100 GPUs so 50 of them can fail.
And also,
Well, he
one
probably
more
got
thing,
those
that
for
looks
cheap.
like a freaking bed frame.
It does.
So I was
He
taking a
probably
sip
got
of
the
Coke. I think
PNYs
that
for
is. That does look like a bed. He probably did get them for
Yeah,
cheap.
actually, no. I looked at the freaking. That is a bed frame. What the fuck?
When you fucking shit, crypto's taking off. Better sell my mattress. I need a rack.
He's gonna sleep on the graphics cards.
Oh yeah, he's got like active cooling on his back.
Yeah. There you go. It's
yeah,
gonna feel nice.
it'll keep him the perfect temperature.
Yeah, like fucking
Imagine
80C.
how hot
80C.
that room gets.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's blowing air, but it's blowing a hot air.
Hey, I sleep with 3 blankets and 1 weighted blanket. I like it
same.
hot in my room. Yeah, how big is the weighted
Sleeping with
blanket?
blankets. I use graphics cards.
That just reminds me of this image Epic sent me earlier that says like soldier comes home to greet his GT 610, and it's like an image of a soldier hugging a GT 610, and it's life size. Here, let me find it here and set it in the chat real quick. While I segue to our next topic, I'll quickly send it there. But I just do want to make a note. This is not a good time to buy a GPU. My brother built his computer like for Christmas, and for the price, like current in the climate it's in right now, he actually got a really good price. But the climate is so awful that once the shortages stop, it will have been a garbage price. The only thing I could say is probably not for the GPU because he got an RX 5500 for $120. I think that's pretty damn good. Sorry, 5500 XT. Those are worth I think like 150 to 200 normally. Right now they're selling for $300. So I don't think that was that bad. But a lot of the other stuff, surprisingly, that wasn't GPUs, he got kind of fucked on.
Shafted on, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going to build a computer right now,
Don't
build a computer right now. Try and wait it out. I mean, Gamers Nexus, when the pandemic started, they gave good advice of just wait a little bit. And that, honestly, it was good advice then, and it's not anymore. Yeah, I'd say at this point, give it a month, at most 3 months. And if nothing changes by then, you're just built. The climate's not going to get better.
Bite the bullet.
But if it does show signs of getting better, just hold off. But I'd give it at least a month before you build.
I don't even think a month is going to be anything different.
I'd price stuff out for like 2 days, wait like 15 days, do it again, wait 15 days, do it again, and if it's still like ultimately around the same thing, buy it. But it could change in a second. You don't know. We don't know if Best Buy's about to get like a fucking
25. You still can't buy a 30 series. The 40 series is all sold out as well.
We're gonna be going back to 970s.
We are. Dude, a 980 is $200.
Why?
I don't know. And then people still want over $1,000 for a 1080 Ti.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's a 1080 Ti. Like, really. We'll move to our next topic here. Microsoft's Pokemon Go like Minecraft Earth shuts down in June. It's funny.
Oh, I remember that.
Before I read this, and it's from Eurogamer, I saw a tweet about it that I thought was really funny of someone saying, "Holy shit, I didn't even know Minecraft Earth finally released, and now it's shutting down."
Wait, it released? I didn't know. I didn't know it released either.
I remember when it freaking launched.
Oh, wait, I do remember.
It seems like it was just like 2 months ago, and now it's shutting down.
Yeah.
It was like early, like last year. I remember it released once, and then I heard about it for 1 day in my class, and then the next day we all forgot about it because it looked really cool. Because I remember when it came out, everyone was like, "Oh, Poggers, Captain W."
Yeah, I had my freaking A6 at the time, so I couldn't play it because it didn't have AR. Now my phone has AR, but
too fucking bad.
Too late.
Can you wait? It actually already shut down.
No, it shuts down in June 30th this year.
Well, grab as hard as you can, people. Get your freaking like Minecraft Earth as well.
Yeah, we don't want this to become Flappy Bird.
Man, I still
freaking
some
like,
people
new Samsung J60 with Minecraft Earth installed, $3 million.
Flappy Bird. Oh man, I love Flappy Bird. Like the amount of people who still have Flappy Bird on like their iPods or like their phones is amazing because they still play it and it's hilarious.
I don't know why. I remember hearing about it on the radio back when Flappy Bird got deleted. Like, it was so big. The radio host of the radio station I listened to in the morning, they were like, "Yeah, so I found this on eBay. It's for a phone with Flappy Bird on it for $1,200." And given the vintage of what had happened, it was like an iPhone 4.
I think it might have been it was a 4?
Yeah.
Oh.
And for that much. And I'm like, you're fucking insane if you buy it. And then I think they mentioned it's sold. And I'm like,
it for sure sold. It for sure sold.
I don't know why. How do you get that fucking caught up on tap the screen?
Clout.
Like, the thing I remember it the most for is that it was a phone breaker.
I liked it. I liked the game. And then I never really knew what was the end. Because, like, once you get to, like, 999, did Mario actually come out? Or was that was a meme? Because at one point, there was, like,
I've never heard of Mario coming out at 999.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
And it stops right...
I don't hear a noise.
You didn't hear... Okay.
I did.
Okay, I don't understand how Matt's not hearing these sounds. But
then I guess it means it's coming
from
my mic. I don't know.
See?
We'll know if I listen to the recording and there's just a bunch of fucking audio issues with my mic. And in that case, it's Windows, by the way, because I did not have audio issues until I updated Windows.
I didn't even update Windows.
It sounds like muffled popcorn popping.
Wow.
Yeah, it sounds like what
I did hear. I think somebody was fumbling their mic.
Yeah,
but this is not the subject of the podcast, so we should probably move on.
Yeah, welcome back to the Popcorn Podcast.
I forgot I lowered his volume because he was eating before. Oops.
Oh wait, do I have him? Do I have him unmuted? Oh, hold on.
I don't know. with Minecraft Earth, I tried to play it like and get into it when it actually launched because it was just stuck in that, oh yeah, we're launching soon state on the App Store for a while. And I tried to get into it and I didn't really understand the appeal. So I just kind of deleted it. And I'm like, maybe one day I'll come back to it. And I was expecting it to last at least like 5 years. And it's been like 2. And now it's shutting down. So I've re-downloaded it. And then the same way I did before, I have not opened it. It is still not open. I haven't tried it out. I probably will try it out before it shuts down because they're making all the microtransactions.
Didn't we do a podcast on it a while ago?
Yeah,
I think we mentioned it with
like
something
a topic
before.
or something.
Yeah. They're doing or was it? They're getting rid of all the microtransactions. They're making everything free.
and also anybody who spent money will also get a free copy of Minecraft Bedrock Edition.
Let's go.
Who
baby.
cares? Who
Worst
cares?
time, but-
Yeah, in case you didn't redeem it when it came with like a fucking, what was it? When you
Yeah.
bought Minecraft and then you
Okay.
get it on.
Let me just mention, I feel bad for people who only have phones. Congratulations, you got Minecraft Bedrock Edition.
Well,
They
can't
don't
you use
have a
Bedrock?
computer.
You can use Bedrock on phone, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, never
that
mind.
is Bedrock Edition. Yeah.
Wait, so that means you're gonna get a free copy of Minecraft on mobile?
I don't know about that, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well,
All right.
Yeah, that's not outlined, but
We're gonna cut in here.
we cutting?
Because no, we're not cutting, but I'm gonna cut in here with this. Apparently, some shit is going on with the U.S. Capitol right now. Apparently,
Yeah,
protesters just stormed
Oh,
the
yeah.
Capitol and people got shot.
Yeah.
oh,
There was-
they
are we
got
really
shot?
going to talk about this?
Well, no, I just want to. This is apparently just happening like now.
where are you seeing this?
It's
I heard
been
about
happening
it,
for the
but
past
I-
hour or two,
I
actually.
think
As
when I heard
of,
about it, they weren't
January-
getting
Let's stop
shot.
talking
January
over people?
6th.
Yeah, let's stop talking over each other. That's the one thing I don't like about TeamSpeak is it doesn't it's different with the audio. It's the only thing I could say. Discord clearly has some type of post processing it applies that TeamSpeak doesn't. I'd love to know what it is. I don't know. I just want to mention it because I got added in a server from a guy who doesn't. I don't even think he lives in the U.S. He's like, "Yo, at here, what's happening in the Capitol building?" It's the Audius server. It's a moderator. I don't know why, but it must be big if some random dude's asking. And then people are saying they're gonna raid the Fortnite Discord. Okay, that's enough. That's enough Discord server chat for today.
Yeah.
Getting back to Minecraft Earth though, I'm gonna try it out because I've never played it. I'll try it out at some point. I want to see what it's like. But it's the type of app where I download it and I open it. If it's not appealing in the first 5 minutes, I'm not gonna continue it. At least Pokemon Go was appealing in the first 5 minutes.
I wish my phone could run Pokemon Go, but it just doesn't. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, is there if you remember when Pokemon Go came out, I didn't have like a phone that could run it. Yeah, I still what is it? My iPhone SE had died. My brother's iPhone 4 was too shit, and and to run it, or my iPod 5, and my only option of getting it was an Android that could run it. And I had an Asus Zenfone 2E. It wouldn't load it from the Play Store, so I decided to load the APK, and it ran at like 12 frames a second. And it was
Nice.
awful. And I caught like 3 Pokemon with it. And I'm like, this is unbearable, and I deleted the app. And I haven't re-downloaded it since.
How did you? How did you get the file to side load it on?
You can find APKs real easy. Just search like
Yeah.
Pokemon Go APK, and there you go.
Uh-huh.
That's really easy, and it's you can also with Apple stuff too. It's a matter of how easy it is to sideload, and with an iOS device, you need to be jailbroken, or you need to have Substrate, and then you need to get a way to sign it, and then you sign the IPA. And versus Android, you just fucking hit a button and install it. I don't know. I'm gonna try out Pokemon Earth, Minecraft Earth. I almost said Pokemon Earth Go Minecraft. That I will try out Minecraft Earth, and I will report back if it's any good. But it didn't look appealing to me, and I didn't understand it. Why does Minecraft need to be AR? I don't know. We'll move on here.
It's cool.
Apple on track to release mini LED iPad Pro in early 2021. This is from Apple Insider. New supply chain reports back up previous claims that the iPad Pro will be Apple's first device to use a mini LED display, and that it will launch in the first quarter of 2021. Now, this is interesting to me because it from a marketing perspective, it does not make a lot of sense to me. do you guys know what mini LED is? Mini LED.
No.
I'm gonna be
No.
honest. It
I
sounded
looked it
like
up
you
a
said
moment
mini
ago,
LED.
but-
I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
Mini
they put
LED
mini
iPad.
LED in the iPad Pro.
Yeah, I
The
genuinely thought
only
you
thing
said that.
that I could think of when you said mini LED was like the freaking little like LED things on like some Android phones that like flash if you get a notification. That's all I
No,
can think
no,
I've
that's just
heard
a
of
little
them, but-
LED. So essentially, mini LED in mini LED, because I'm not gonna say mini LED. Mini LED, is the next iteration of AMOLED or OLED displays. I believe it's it has something to do with a bunch of I think. And I could be wrong on this, and I don't want to look it up in fucking keyboard noise in the middle of the podcast, but I believe it's a bunch of miniature LEDs making up 1 pixel, if I'm correct.
Ooh.
But it may also just be substantially smaller pixels. But it does more with AMOLED stuff. I believe, I don't know. It's interesting to look at, but I think it can like each individual pixel can choose if it's black or not. That could be OLED. I don't know. All you really need to know is that it's the next iteration of AMOLED. It's supposed to be a lot better overall, and more importantly, it's incredibly expensive to make. There were patents Apple put out for a mini LED Apple Watch, and that made the most sense because it's a small screen, so you can test to see how good the technology is, how good it's received, and if the price of new technology like that is worth it. Now this says they're going to be putting it on an iPad Pro, which I assume that means is a 12-inch display of this brand new tech. This iPad Pro is going to cost like fucking $2,000. It probably won't. Apple will somehow manage to get the price actually decent because their iPads and some of their Macs are not Macs. Mac Pros are decently priced. But I don't know why on earth you do mini LED on a tablet, a mini LED. Everyone when the mini LED watch was reported on, was saying, yeah, this makes sense. And then people are trying to say they do it on a tablet. They're like, no, that's stupid. It's going to cost Apple like tons of money. It's going to be like a $2,000 to $3,000 tablet. And now it's leaked that they may do it as soon as January, February, or March. So,
And they were planning on doing it this year or last year.
yeah.
Feels
and
weird to say that.
I know. I'm not sure what Apple's plan is here. If it does actually come to fruition, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be a bit surprised. Because mini LED was said to be a tech that if it didn't release like the start of last year, it probably wasn't going to release for a few years. Yet it looks like it may be coming now. And it may, or not now, but you know what I mean. It may be hitting the mass market soon. So I'm excited for mini LED. I used to know a lot more about it when that first rumor came out, but that was, I think, like March of last year. So it's been a while since I've heard about mini LED. But I am excited to see it coming out either way. If it does come out, I would be shocked if it does. But if it does, I'm pretty excited. And it's cool that there's rumors about it because it brings more attention to it. Oh, here's a comment. So just to be clear, this is mini LED, which is just a backlighting method and not micro LED, right? Not sure, blah, blah, blah. I mean, then this guy says he can't tell an LCD and OLED apart. That's okay. Oh, wait, I might be wrong. This is mini LED, not micro LED. Interesting. All right.
No,
so,
I think they're the same thing.
Are they the same thing?
I think they're just different words for the same thing.
This guy in the comments doesn't seem to say so. No, they're different. They're different things.
Oh, okay.
Mini LED is very different. Micro LED is very different from mini LED. Their major difference is that the former does not use the backlight to light up the display. So it's okay. So it's less impressive than I thought. Apparently mini LEDs essentially just it seems to be a higher pixel density type strategy, but it's not. It's not. There's still a backlight. It's not the individual pixels lighting up like an OLED. So that's less impressive by a decent margin. All right. Well, discount everything I said. This is now a much less interesting article. And I just completely misunderstood it, but I don't think you can blame me for mistaking mini and micro LED.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. It is the same word. I don't know. Sorry, I just opened the link, Charleston. Thank you for that. I'll look at that after the podcast. And just for the record, I'll mention it since we mentioned it a second ago. there is some type of chaos going on in the Capitol building. I don't want to switch topics. I just wanted to mention it earlier, but I'll mention it more clear. There's some chaos going on in the Capitol building right now with the voting stuff. Apparently someone's been shot.
Somebody did steal a pedestal.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna steal from the fucking Capitol building. I'm a smart person. All right. I just wanted to mention that's a thing going on though, because this is like a current events tech news podcast, but that's a current enough event that I should mention it. But we'll move on here to something hopefully I won't manage to butcher, because I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's from Polygon. Nintendo buys Luigi's Mansion 3 maker Next Level Games. I really don't think there's anything here I can butcher or misinterpret. I think they bought the company. End of story. Or end of what the title is. And I'm not misled. Next Level Games is known for making Luigi's Mansion 3. They made Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which I believe is just Luigi's Mansion 2. And the 2009 Punch-Out reboot for the Wii. And a lot of people are saying it's interesting because Nintendo don't normally buy out third-party studios. And one person theorized even that maybe Microsoft, because Microsoft's been doing this, offered to buy Next Level, and they gave Nintendo the first right to buy them out first. Because they have such a good relationship. And I'm inclined to believe that, even though it's not confirmed. But what do you guys think?
I don't really get this. Hold on. I read this and I was kind of confused. Wrong one. Someone go before me, because I think I have something I want to say about this. But
all right, I want to say, like, apparently Next Level has made 7 titles for Nintendo. How many? Does anybody know how many titles they made for Microsoft? I have a feeling they made none almost. I don't know any, although let me look up Next Level.
I don't know if they've made anything for Microsoft, but people are saying Microsoft probably offered to buy them out. People are comparing it to Rare. Rareware made tons of different games for Nintendo, including Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie, which wasn't made for Nintendo, but it's still a staple of the N64. Conker's Bad Fur Day, another N64 staple. And they were bought out by Microsoft. That's what I think people are referring to, is Microsoft have a small history of buying out Nintendo third-party companies that make a lot of games for Nintendo. I think that's where that comes from.
But I'm looking here. They did not make any games for Microsoft, which makes sense. I think Nintendo's just making sure they keep, like, Next Level has made some pretty good games, like Super Mario Strikers. That was a really good game. I played that. The Luigi's Mansions games. The freaking Punch-Out remaster on Wii was pretty good too. And I'm thinking that Next Level Games brought in a lot of money, so I'm not surprised they're buying them.
But I am, because they're like Platinum Games with Bayonetta. They work closely with Nintendo, but Nintendo, I don't believe they own them.
They haven't.
Yeah, and so it's odd that Nintendo would just all of a sudden buy out the studio that doesn't have like a recent hit. Luigi's Mansion.
But isn't it in jeopardy though, because of the fact that like Microsoft wanted to buy it first?
Well, what I'm saying is that we don't know that for sure, and you didn't really mention that what you're talking about.
My bad. But
it sounded like you were like more as if Nintendo just wanted to buy them. But I think someone wanted to buy Next Level. I agree with I think it was a comment on this. Yeah, and someone commented, I wonder if Nintendo told Next Level that the buyout would have to complete by March 31st or the deal would go away. That's a reference to the fact that like Mario 35, Super Mario Brothers 35, which is the 35th anniversary Mario Brothers thing on the Switch, is going to be shut down on March 31st of this year, because Nintendo just said it's just shutting down then. There's a bunch of stuff that Nintendo announced for the anniversary that said they're shutting down on the 35th or 31st. 35th? Why would it? Okay, I know I'd say 35th because it's the 35th anniversary. Can you imagine there are 35 days of March? Just March.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
March 35th. Sorry, the 31st.
Would that add days to the year, or would that subtract them from other months?
Just
would take
subtract them
them
from
from-
like May. Who
Yeah.
cares about May?
Yeah.
Like, it's
June
May.
everyone likes, but who cares? If your
Or even
birthday's
just
in May,
remove some
feel
from
bad.
February.
Just subtract Mondays from like each month.
Take more days from February. February goes 14
Yeah.
days.
Of like the
Just
20-day
yoke a
February.
couple.
And then someone here said, Big Burrito said, I'm guessing this wasn't something Nintendo wanted to do. They rarely bring studios in-house, instead building the studios up themselves. Likely Microsoft reached out to buy them, and Nintendo had first right to buy or pass. I kind of have a feeling that that's what happened too. It seems the most logical, because I'm not sure. I don't understand why else Nintendo would just decide to go and buy a studio that hasn't made a game for them since 2019. Luigi's Mansion 3 was 2019, right? I believe it was.
I think so.
But yeah, that's that story. It is interesting. I wonder what a Microsoft Next Level would have looked like, but it definitely wouldn't have been as, good as Rare. Although Microsoft has kind of butchered Rare. It definitely, they don't have the same history as Rare. Though there are rumors of a Banjo-Kazooie either remake or new game coming out, and I kind of hope they're true. I'd like to see that.
Really? I've never played Banjo-Kazooie.
I've emulated bits of the first game. And
What was it played on?
I don't remember. This was years ago.
Oh.
And I played some of Nuts and Bolts at a friend's house, and I didn't mind Nuts and Bolts. I didn't mind the first game. A lot of people just say though, for the time, they were revolutionary. They really started that both that franchise, made Banjo-Kazooie a franchise, but also they started that genre. They really revolutionized it. And when you play them now, when there are games that have perfected it, it feels unpolished and unfinished, except for parts of Nuts and Bolts, since it was made in 2008. And it's it was a Microsoft Rare game, and it wasn't great. I'll be honest. The car mechanic got old, but it was all right. I didn't mind my time playing it. I played it for a good few hours, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I would love to see a Banjo-Kazooie come back. We'll move on here to this next topic from the CNBC. Apple's upcoming iPhone privacy feature exposes Facebook and Snap to most risk compared with their peers, analysts say. We actually covered this a few podcasts ago, I think. 2 podcasts ago. But it was more Facebook publishing dumb newspaper ads about it. This talks more about how this could affect these companies negatively. But it's a good way for consumers. Essentially, this is what we spoke about last time. Apple's implementing a feature but when you open an app that can track your advertising ID or wants your advertising ID to track you and give you personalized ads, you can deny it.
Which is great.
It is. And Snapchat, I don't believe said anything about it. Google hasn't said anything about it. Most companies haven't said anything. And then Facebook's throwing a baby rage fit saying that no, customers would want this tracking, because personalized ads, not customer, they tried to say that, but they also really say small businesses really need the tracking. It's
well, you can allow it. It's not like you don't disable it, but
you can allow it, but it's funny because if Facebook really cared about that, they would vet these small businesses and say oh, okay, well if they have an option if you enable tracking here, then we'll only do it for small local businesses or small businesses. But no, they don't. They just want it for everything. It's very clear that Facebook's more money oriented, and especially considering Facebook is set to be one of the 2 companies, Facebook and Snapchat are going to have the most financial impact from this new setting. Not small businesses, Facebook. So it's pretty clear. It's
Yep.
They want money and not really small businesses. I bet part of their argument's legit and they've just tried to make it a focal point. I don't doubt that personalized ads probably have a small to medium role in helping small businesses. But I really don't think targeted ads are the biggest thing of their business if you're a small business like that. That doesn't seem like it. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or some shit, but I really don't think I'm wrong there. It just seems like Facebook is greedy and Facebook. So essentially Facebook is the same as it's been for the past 4 years. I still think of Cambridge Analytica whenever I say Facebook, by the way. As I hope everyone does, because Facebook still don't deserve to be trusted. And again, this is coming from the person who buys shit through Facebook Marketplace, so I can't say too much. But I can't say too much, but I can also complain about Marketplace, how they don't have a search system that works. You can search OnePlus 7 Pro like a specific model of phone, and the first result is like a fucking case for an iPhone 6. The second result is like a horse toy, and then the third result
horse girls.
okay.
What?
No, like I mean like one of those like little toy horses, and then the third one is like a OnePlus 7T, not the Pro, the T.
Samsung OnePlus.
Oh, yeah,
Sounds
Samsung
so
OnePlus.
specific, and I have a feeling this has happened to you.
It has. It's really great, and you can search it with any. You can search broken laptop, and the first results are like three $1,200 non-broken laptops, then like a toy duck, and then just random shit. It doesn't. They do not have good searches, and
This
they
is
probably.
why we need tracking.
Yeah, I don't. There's got to be.
If you enable tracking, we'll search better.
It's funny because I've wondered if that had something to do with it, so I've disabled my ad blocker and it still does the same shit. It's not any better. But then every now and then they'll serve up either something hilarious or something actually useful that I can buy. The hilarious things being a baby in
With
the
the
automotive
manual
section. Yeah, with
transmission.
manual transmission.
Can you manual swap a baby?
Yeah. I love my message to that person. Why does the baby have... Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was automatic. I said, why does the baby have automatic transmission? And she's just like, it doesn't. It's not a baby. And she wanted to make sure I knew it was like one of those fake dolls. I was just going with how funny it was. And they still haven't changed it. It's still in the automotive section under vehicles. I mean,
Why?
Of course.
I don't know. When you save something on Facebook, if it's under a specific or like a vague enough category, it'll put it into a private category
Bless you.
folder. And
Thank
the
you.
folder it put it in was vehicles. So whenever I go on my phone and I look at the vehicles, I just see an image of a baby. It's really good. But then sometimes you get something useful, like some guy. And granted, it was right next to a bunch of random garbage. But some guy was having like a yard sale or some shit. And he was selling a case with a board in it for $10. And I looked up the board model, and it's worth $60. So or $80, but I sold it for 60. So I just went, picked it up, resold it. Every now and then it'll do something useful or hilarious, and then it's just shit, and it's literally scrolling for 3 fucking hours to find something. So even though I use Facebook, it's not good. And I don't use it for its intended, like I don't use Facebook itself for its intended purpose. I just use Marketplace, and their customer service sucks ass. But that's enough shitting on Facebook. I mean, you don't need me to do it. I guarantee anyone has a bad experience with Facebook. I know my parents do. They love it, and they got hacked twice. And the guy just posted an image of some Asian lady. And I don't know why. But yeah, Facebook's not great. We'll move on. We'll move back to. No, sorry. I'm stupid. I'm literally stupid. I got it in my mind that we're talking about Facebook, and this is more of just the Apple privacy thing. I don't know. If it wasn't clear already, we spent like 15 to 20 minutes just fucking around with TeamSpeak trying to get shit ready.
I'm playing
Rob's
Pokemon.
mic didn't work. So this podcast is like one of the least organized yet. But we're getting through.
Also, can I say something?
No. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Shout out to Stacy for asking me if I was busy. I know you're going to be watching this later, but yes, I am busy. Okay. Anyways,
We'll move on here to Amazon's custom T-shirt service. Sorry, that's the title of the thing, but it's not actually the title of the article. For Amazon's $25 custom T-shirt, your body is a wonderland of data. This is from Washington Post, who, it is important to note, are owned by Jeff Bezos. So this is not exactly the most completely transparent article, although it is ballsy for a company owned by Jeff Bezos to say that your body is a wonderland of data for Amazon. That's interesting.
That is kind of sus.
Yeah, it's
kinda
interesting
hot.
that they say that up front and also say they're owned by Jeff Bezos. Either way, apparently Amazon has a new Amazon service called Made for You, and you snap photos from your front and side in form-fitting but body-covering clothes to produce a custom-fitted T-shirt. The person also said they got one and it was okay, and the only thing that let them know it was custom-fitted was a tag that said Made for You, and it had their name on it. What I wonder, although I could be wrong, and I don't think Amazon's shown how they did it. Otherwise, I think Washington Post would have reported it, or anyone would have reported it. I wonder if this is that type of shit where you can it takes that data and then it looks at the shirt sizes it has and just says, oh, this one's the most likely to fit. And so it's not actually a custom made shirt. It's more like they're just they're seeing what size fits you.
Oh, there are some actual websites that do something what that Amazon does. You take pictures of it and then they send you clothes.
Yeah, they mention it later in the article that there's an app called MTailor.
I don't know if it's MTailor, but it's something. It could be something like that where you genuinely it does like monthly. It's like Loot Crate basically, but for clothes. And you can keep what clothes you want, and then I don't know the whole ins and outs, but I have seen like some fashion YouTubers talk about it. But it's not by Amazon, so this could be something like that. And they could be using like that. But I don't really know how far they're gonna go into it like that.
Yeah. I do want to know if they're custom made anything or if it is really just. We'll just see what size is most likely to fit you. We'll have an AI decide that. It'll take those photos and say, oh, this size will probably fit them. Yeah, do that. Ship that out. But it could be more custom than I'm thinking. I don't know. And I haven't looked at the price either, but I assume it's definitely not cheap, considering that they're saying it's custom. I don't know. I find it interesting. I'm not sure. It feels more like an invasion of privacy, though. I understand where it's coming from, but there's shit like, if I don't understand how they expect a photo to really show all that much about the size, when I can use the AR on we'll say this figuratively, but I have an iPhone right here I could test on right now if I wanted to. I can use the AR ability on this iPhone 7 to use the ruler and try and measure a foot. Like, you know, like something that's a foot long, and I'll measure it. It's like, oh yeah, that's 6 feet long. And it's like, no, it's not at all. It's a ruler. So no, it's not. I'm not sure how accurate that data can be, which makes me wonder again, is it actually custom made, or is it just let's select what size it looks like will fit? And it's probably the
your
latter.
abdomen is 6 feet long. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I bet their AI would correct that. They'd recognize based on the photo and then AR data, like, no, there's no way it could be, even if the AR reports that. But it makes me question how custom made it really is. What it seems like to me, this is genuinely what I really feel it probably is. It's they have a bunch of shirts already in at like maybe incrementally different sizes that are not like normal, small, medium, large, extra large. They're like maybe increments in between, and they just have a facility where they get an order. And the AI calculates which size it's going to be of all those sizes, including the sub ones. And then they just say, oh yeah, print this name on the tag. So they just take a tag with the printed name and they just stamp it or however the fuck they, adhese it to the back of it. I know it's sewn in, but they probably have a machine that can do that. And they just, there you go, it's in. And that's the shirt. I doubt it's actually a custom made shirt, a t-shirt. Because that would that would cost way too much to do. If I am wrong though, I do want to know, but I can't imagine them doing that. I don't think it'd be cost effective. From a business perspective, but maybe Amazon's charitable with custom made t-shirts, which I doubt, but they could be. I don't know.
Charity on a sweatshop. Yeah, sure.
Charity, Amazon.
Yeah.
We'll move on here to Zelda, and this one was really fucking cool, and this one was interesting as shit. Breath of the Wild's NPCs are actually Miis. So apparently, and this is from Polygon again. This is from Twitter user Hey I'm Heroic. And they've cataloged more than 100 official Miis in their Mii library site. Discovered over the weekend that Breath of the Wild NPCs use an advanced version of the Mii format called Yumi. Yumis have almost the same parameters as WiiU/3DS Miis, and with a few minor differences here and there. They wrote on Monday. And the first thing I want to mention before I get into it, you could transfer Miis from the Wii to the Wii U. So I wonder what the difference is between Wii Miis and Wii U and 3DS Miis. If there's anything big or if there isn't, and they just didn't mention it, I don't know. But they did show a photo of it. Hey I'm Heroic showed a photo of it, which is really fucking cool to see. Apparently, if you get a Mii file that has just Mii data, like the data of a Mii, and it sounds like convert it, or it doesn't say if you can just change the file name. I don't think you could, but it sounds like there's a way to convert it to a Yumi, and then you pop it in Breath of the Wild, and it will display that Yume as a Breath of the Wild character instead of.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. And it's very interesting to see that that's what Nintendo based the back end of their character, like the NPC creation system of Breath of the Wild on. But it's also it explains a lot of how they were easily able to do it. The Mii customization system, although it's simple, was already so vast that why in the world would you generate a brand new NPC system just for one game when you could just take one that okay, who is making dinging noises? Sorry, I'm noticing
They're typing in the chat of the team speak.
All right, can we not do that? Because I don't know if that picks up in the audio or not. Please stop. Who just did it again?
Okay.
Epic.
All right. I want to mention something though. Like, just imagine in Breath of the Wind, like
Breath of
Breath
the
of the
Wild.
Wild.
Yeah,
Breath
that.
of the
Breath
Wind.
of the
Sure.
Wind.
Okay. But I
Breath of the
have my
Wind.
own way of saying things. All right. But
The wrong way.
Yeah, Breast of the Wind.
shush.
Breasts in the wind.
All right.
I'd
Let me
play
just
that game.
say my talking point.
Yeah, let Rob speak.
Okay. So basically, it would have been nice if like I have a feeling they did not consider this. This is definitely not in there. Like, but doesn't the Switch have a Me thing on it?
Yes,
Okay.
I
It
think
would have
so.
been nice if they just like every so often they put one of your Miis as an NPC in game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
That
there's
would
a
be
it's
game
cool.
just
that
like
does
normal, like the everybody else, and then all of a sudden you see
Hey,
like
it's my
your
friend.
mother in like,
Yeah.
a bar or
It's your
something,
mother.
or like your friend Jacob sitting like in a field or something. I don't know.
And they can have like custom quests. Like, hey,
Yeah.
go get me this. Or if you have, can't you have friends on Switch, right? If you can have your friends me, like their me that you're friends with, in there, and they have like custom
Oh
like fetch
yeah,
quests.
yeah.
You could probably do that emulating it on PC. You could probably change all of the files for it because on
Yeah.
Simu, yeah, you can play Breath of the Wild on PC. And then I was trying to figure that stuff out, but I couldn't do it yesterday. But you can play all of the emulation of it, but you would have to like go through the files, actually have the Me files on your PC, transfer it over, then transfer it back into the game, which would be very hard, but you probably could do it.
It's
I just-
possible to do.
It's
Let me just
possible, but
mention
I don't
something,
know
though.
how.
Like the reason why I hesitated while talking is I forgot. The reason why they probably didn't like put it in the original game
Mm-hmm.
is because of Mii's like the hamburger, if you know that one.
Oh yeah,
That would look awful.
that would look hilarious.
I
Like,
can see well,
some multiple people. I looked at the tweet that this article mentioned, and multiple people did say hamburger. We don't know if they added it in yet. Who knows? It may even crash the game. But
what I wonder. Well, first of all, there are although not with Yumi's, there are games that did use Mii's like on hardware Mii's that you've created in the game. Like some of the Wii Sports games did. I believe Resort did. I believe the original did.
Both
And-
both did.
Yeah, and I think there's some other games I'm not thinking of that also did it. So it would have been possible to do. I think part of the reason is what Rob mentioned. Part of the reason is
okay. I
did
just
you-
want to mention it might work because I'm going to post a tweet in the chat.
all right. What I want to mention here is Breath of the Wild was originally built for the Wii U. It was not built for the Switch, and they did end up releasing it on the Wii U because they said they would. Nintendo said they would release it. I fucking hate that. I hate that so much, Rob. That is
What is
awful.
that?
I got it.
It's RT Games Avatar, but like on
Where am I
the
looking?
fucking.
But at least we know it works. At least we know it works.
Except
Yeah.
the glasses.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
I get
Oh.
what am I trying to say here? They built the game for the Wii U, and they ended up doing it for the Switch, but it does run on the Wii U. The reason to me they probably used Yumi's is because it was built for the Wii U. And again, Epic, you can have Mii's on the Switch, right? I own a Switch, but I haven't done anything with that.
I think you can.
Yeah. You can, yeah.
But they aren't as much of a focal point as they were in the Wii and Wii U, right?
No, I don't think so.
And that's probably why they didn't include something like that would convert them. It's probably literally just because
No one cares about the Miis anymore.
Miis are something from the Wii era and technically 3DS.
That sucks though.
It does suck, but I understand it in a way. What I would understand more of is if it didn't work on the Switch, like they didn't do that on the Switch, but they did do it on the Wii U. Because at that point, there's not a great excuse. Most people who have Wii U's, the very few who do, probably do have like 30 Miis that they transferred from their Wii. That would make sense. But the Switch, I can't imagine people have more than one. Most people, anyways.
Because don't you have to make one for your character or your account?
No. No, you don't.
Oh, I thought you did.
You
Oh,
don't? Oh,
I don't believe so. You
should.
I didn't. I don't
That's
think my brother did. Again, I'm not a great example because I have a homebrewed Switch. That's why I asked Epic. But I don't believe you do. My Switch wasn't always homebrewed. It was my brother's, and I don't think he had to. So I don't know. I do really like that Matt from Wii Sports, they converted him to fucking a Breath of the Wild character in that
the one
image.
who ruined everyone's games in boxing.
Yeah, the one who just fucking curb stomped everyone.
In every game too. Like the Resort one, he was the top boss too.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they chose that dude.
I think they just really liked how he looked.
Well, he fit the "I'm going to destroy you" look.
Yeah.
Like he does look very intimidating.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's really cool. I hate how I say I don't know. I picked it up from my cousin. It's really cool to see this. I really hope more comes of Yumi's and people making just awful garbage Yumi's in Breath of the Wild.
I'm hoping they can do something with them outside of Breath of the Wild. Although I have a feeling there's not really much to do with them. But
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what other games use Yumi's. What I want to see is people finding a way to either make Yumi's read from their Switch or whatever, or Wii U. Make it read from the device what Yumi's are there and make them into Breath of the Wild characters. Or I'd really like to see people implement really, really amazing random generation stuff that's already in the game, but I mean like extremes. Instead of not allowing the eyes in the random, because it doesn't seem like they are in the random generation parameters, instead of not allowing the eyes to be huge like that one you guys linked there, make that a thing. Make the random generation make the most god-awful Miis ever. I want to see that. So you just have you walk into a town and it's the equivalent of like 7 people playing the kazoo in terms of like what you're visually seeing. It just sounds like shit. I really want to see just visual overload garbage Yumi's in Breath of the Wild. I think it'd be really funny.
Hamburgers.
Yeah, because currently you can only set characters that are specifically defined as these Yumi's. Like a character like I haven't played Breath of the Wild yet. Zelda, you can make her a Yumi. But you can't make one for the random generation shit, or for a random one-off character that doesn't have a role in the story. It's just some random person on the street. You can't change them.
I wonder why they chose to do specific ones.
Well, I understand why. Who do you mean, Nintendo?
Yeah, Nintendo and making the Breath of the Wild.
The specific ones are the ones important to the plot.
But why just do plot ones? Why not do them from all of them?
Well, think about it. If you'd have to manually make like fucking. If we're talking that they'd have like different Yumi swapping in and out so it would look random, you'd have to probably make over 200, 100, 200 different Yumis. Or if you're just gonna have the same subset each time, you'd be making 30 Yumis and it's gonna look the same every single time you go there. It's gonna be the same exact thing, and they don't want it to look like that. So I get the random generation. I respect it. It's not like I hate it. It makes sense. It's good game development. And it's really cool to see Nintendo utilizing the tech like that. It's very cool to see. What I'm also noticing here really quickly is Matt from Wii Sports is mentioned. Does Matt from Wii Sports have a Yumi? Was he ever released in a Wii U title? Or did this guy
probably not. They probably either made him and then ported him over, or yeah, because I don't think he was in a Wii U game.
Unless they I don't know how they got unless I'm probably stupid, because remember you can transfer Miis over from the Wii to the Wii U. What I'm thinking is someone
the Miis you get the base Miis in the game.
Yeah. Someone either found an easy way to convert them, or they just took Matt's Mii and then made it like an actual Mii on their console, like a custom one, but it's the same exact thing. And then they transferred it to a Wii U, so it's a Yumi, and then they extracted the Yumi. But it's probably even simpler than that. I'm not sure how you convert to a Yumi, but it's really cool to see this is a thing. It could mean, I don't know, this means a lot, because if Nintendo uses this again or other games use this again, it could lead to like really cool character creation stuff. I don't know.
Cool.
It's very nice.
But it's not going to be like, even though you can do character creation, it'd be like third party like games, or they would have to make another like Wii Resort that you would have to use those in, or you could change those in. So
well, I'm just thinking like a game where you can make a custom character. Let's say Astral Chain, for example. It doesn't have that, but let's say it did. You can, and only for the head too, because the body proportions in Miis are so, they don't matter. They all look almost the same. But the head specifically. Let's say you could just hit a button and say like choose a Mii from the console, and you choose a Mii, and it converts it to that, or to what the game sees as that, because the game can say this hairstyle corresponds to that Yumi hairstyle. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, it would be.
And I don't know why the only reason I can think of as to why some games like Astral Chain, for example, because that would have been really cool. You already customize your character at the start anyways. The only reason I can think of why they don't use that is maybe because this seems like a first-party Nintendo tech that they haven't distributed to other things. Or maybe it was specifically for Breath of the Wild and they haven't ever done anything like this. So maybe they just haven't thought of giving it out. I can actually imagine that. And Nintendo's like, we use this for one thing. Yeah. But the tech would be very great for people to make randomly generated stuff. It'd be nice for developers to have. So I kind of hope either now that developers are more aware of it, if they weren't already, they can ask Nintendo for that type of tech and they can get it and use it if they couldn't already, or that it's at least used more. Because Yumi seem really fucking cool.
Yeah, I do.
This is the most excited I've been about a Mii since I got the original Wii and made one.
I didn't really care about the Miis either. It was kind of only like something you saw with your family, like, oh look, it's you, and then you like meme on them, like they look stupid.
Oh yeah, I made myself, and then I made just the most garbage shit Miis ever. And that's what everyone does. But yeah, that's I think that's the same for everyone. I don't know. I've always liked me creating. I hated it on the Wii U. I really hated it on the Wii U. And I don't know why, because it's actually better. It's way easier to do in the Wii U. I think it's just, you're so used to a Wii remote that using the fucking Wii U gamepad takes all the fun out of it.
The Wii U looks weird to me. I did not like it.
I didn't like the design of the Wii U. I didn't like the gamepad's design. The screen was shit. And the plastic on the screen was absurdly awful quality, by the way. No one talks about that, but it was. And the panels were bad too, although Nintendo screen lottery. The buttons felt weird. A lot of games, although Nintendo said, yeah, the Wii remote works with it too, a lot of games didn't work with the Wii remote, and you had to use the gamepad. But a lot of people don't recognize, and this is Nintendo's fault for advertising it poorly, it is a substantially different console. The Wii could, barely run a lot of games released on it. The Wii U can easily run Arkham Origins. And Arkham City. That's a huge difference. So they are different enough, and in some ways I respect the Wii U, but Nintendo's advertising ruined it, and there's a lot of it that's cheap. And the design looks awful.
The Wii U, really.
I thought it was just an
The Wii U was
addition to the
very
Wii.
interesting, though. I gotta say, it was basically a big 3DS, but not really.
Charles, I don't blame you for thinking it's an extension to the Wii or to the Wii, because that's what most people thought. Nintendo was releasing a new peripheral for the Wii. Yeah,
that was
wasn't
when
that
it
what it was
wasn't
made
used
for?
anymore,
Like it was said for that though, wasn't it?
No. Well,
I could've sworn that
originally,
people
I
were
think
saying that it was for that.
Well,
I
the
think-
thing is that what were they thinking with the Wii name? Like,
what I think happened, and this may be more documented than I think. Originally, Nintendo intended for the Wii U gamepad to be for the Wii, and then they realized it wasn't going to work, and it would have to be a different console iteration, and they did a very poor job of releasing it, and also put it under the Wii branding, and that's to me what killed it. It at its core, in its menus, in its menus, and it's like on screen and both on the gamepad. In its look, because it looks completely different from the Wii, and all of its sounds for the menu. It is not a Wii. It has not much relation to a Wii. It can play Wii games, but it's not. It would have been better if it was something like the GameCube, or not the GameCube, the original Wii, where it could play GameCube games. If they just said, this is a new console that can play Wii games, I feel like it would have gotten a lot more traction. A lot of it was just poor marketing, saying it's a Wii U. People thought it really was, like Charles said, just the gamepad for the Wii. Which would have honestly, either that or them marketing it as a different console would have been a lot cooler. But then again, without the Wii U, we wouldn't have the Switch. Because the Wii U...
I love the Switch.
Yeah, the Wii U was ultimately a prototype essentially a prototype for the Switch. That ended up getting released.
Let me just say, the only thing that I'm thinking about is like Wii was supposed to be like you can play. The Wii name was supposed to be like this is a family console, like Wii, multiple people playing on a console. I'm thinking it wasn't, but then again, you are right. It's just I'm thinking they wanted to keep with the like this is for everybody in your family.
Well, Rob, the Wii U name is meant to apply that Wii U. It's for you. You have the gamepad. I think that's what the naming meant. But it was, why keep...
Kind of stupid.
It makes sense and is stupid.
If I were to remember correctly, every single ad did have, like, somebody on the gamepad, like, your family...
Oh, yeah, the marketing was awful.
Yeah.
The marketing did such a poor job of painting what it was, because, you call it... I'd love to ask John Nintendo, what the fuck were you thinking calling it the Wii U? And then advertising it with families playing it. Was the U not meant to be for the fact that you have the gamepad and it's your your thing, not the family's thing? What does it mean otherwise? And I don't mean games like Mario Brothers U, because that was clearly just made for the console, so they put the name on it. Not that, but like, why? I don't necessarily understand why they named it U if it wasn't because you were meant to have it and not Wii. But then why keep the Wii name? It's a convoluted name that makes sense and also doesn't make any sense at all for what it is. Because it's not like name one family game off the top of your head for the Wii U.
I don't even
Nintendo
know
Land.
one game off of Wii U.
Nintendo Land. Okay, fair enough, Melon.
I've never had a Wii U, so...
I don't even know a game for the Wii U.
Mario. Well, no, you do. Mario Kart 8. Or the one I just named, Mario
game.
Brothers U.
No, I did not know that was even a game. Mario
Oh.
Kart 8 I thought was a 3DS game. I'm not
That was
even
7.
joking.
That was 7.
Oh.
Oh no.
I still don't even can't believe that there's at least 8 Mario games. I feel like they're gonna be at Mario 12
Kart games,
next
you mean?
month. Yeah.
My two memories of the Wii U are this. When I got back from a Boy Scout camp that I didn't want to go to, this was like 2014. This was when the Wii U came out. And also a year after the Xbox One, and I think the PS4. I don't remember when the PS4 came out, but
They came out the same day.
Yeah, the PS4 was out at that point too. And I told my parents I didn't want a PS4 because they said I could get a reward for going. I didn't want a PS4. I didn't want a PS3. I didn't want an Xbox One. I didn't want a Wii U. I wanted the Xbox 360. I really liked the 360. I liked a ton of the games. I'm like, I really want one. And they said, no, we're not going to get you that because we don't like that you can connect online and play with people. So we're going to get you a Wii U. And I'm like, can I just not have the Wii U and get $300 or anything else? And they're like, no, we're getting you a Wii U.
Do you have it still?
No, I'll get to that in a second. But like, we're getting you a Wii U. And you can't, because, it's a console that Nathan can use, so the family can use it. Like, we have a Wii. Well, whatever. And I'm like, okay, great. And I cried for the rest of that day because I just got back from a week of that camp. It was hell. It actually wasn't good.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me about
Yeah,
this.
it wasn't like I enjoyed it after all. It wasn't a happy ending. It was still hell. I believe that was the same camp where I met Rob, or where we got to know each other. You had
Was this the one where the church
Rob-
No
broke
wonder
down?
it was so bad.
Rob at that time, that was the silver lining. Rob had this Thomas meme on his phone too. It was really funny. That it was Tourette's guy with Thomas the Tank Engine.
Who's Tourette's guy?
I'll
That
show
might have been
you
on my
after this.
iPod, but I don't remember that. Oh my god.
But yeah, that was the silver lining there. But the other memory I have of the Wii. Also by the way, the day we got the Wii U, we signed in the Nintendo thing. It came with Mario Kart 8, and we played online. And I asked my mom, so why did you not want me to get a 360 if I couldn't, because it could play online, if I can just play online here. And she said, I don't remember saying that. I never said that. I'm like, what?
What?
Bruh.
I'm like, can we return this? No. I'm like, and I was done. I was so done.
I would just
Rest in
be
peace.
pissed.
And my mom's never done anything like that since. I don't know what the hell she was thinking. But she's apologized, and I'm like, thank you, because that's one thing I've always been annoyed with.
Just pissed off.
Yeah, and my other memory, this is a more positive, this sounds funny and negative, but to me it's positive because of the story I just told. My other positive memory of it is selling the Wii U to GameStop for $90 to buy a HyperX Cloud Alpha. Selling a whole console and buy a headset. Now, that headset died 3 months after the warranty ended, but...
Wait, so the headset died?
Yeah, the headset
died.
Okay, so it's not
died
this
after
one.
warranty.
Yeah, no, I have arced this. My headset parts are actually somewhere on my shelf over here, because I haven't thrown them out. I may take a stab at fixing them at some point, because
It's just gonna be annoying.
I enjoyed thoroughly how my Alpha sounded. But yeah, I sold the whole Wii U and a bunch of games for it for $90 and got that headset. And when I saw like in 2017, 2018, when the Wii U started selling for like $180, it's the only time I've been like this. I did not give a shit that I sold it for half of that. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I never wanted it. I owned like 4 games for it. If I want to play a Wii game, I just play it on the Wii. I had no reason to play it there. It wasn't, and the main reason I held on to the Wii U for a little bit longer than, like, until like 2017 or 2018. It was 2018, I remember. It was my birthday, 2018, that I sold it. Or a little bit before my birthday, and then I sold it and bought it, and the headset arrived on my birthday. The only reason I held on to it is it had Lego Batman 3, and that game sucks dick compared to the second one. It's actually bad. It's just low effort, pumped out 2 years later garbage, and I hated it.
The only Lego Batman game you don't like.
Yeah, honestly. I have bad memories of Lego Batman 1, but that's because a friend who has some issues came over and just deleted the whole save.
Who has some issues? What?
He has a lot of issues.
Oh,
Okay,
He's,
Matt, stop being ableist.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm not. He wouldn't have done it if he didn't. He was just like throwing a little fit, for lack of a better term, and he hit a bunch of buttons and just navigated through the menus and deleted all 3 of my save files and it was by accident. I'm like, I threw the controller on the ground. I don't do that. I threw it on the ground and just went to the bathroom and hit my head against the wall. Because Lego Batman 2 took me 2 months, 3 months to beat. Batman 1 I was still working on. Even when I had 2. I got Lego Batman 1 like a year after launch. So that's 2008 to 2012. I was still whittling away at finishing that game. And to this day, I've never beaten it. Because it's...
God.
Okay, 2 reasons. Or 3. It was on the PS2, so it was like the worst version to play it on. The game is a lot harder in many ways than Lego Batman 2. It's a lot... like, it's not as forgiving at all. And there was one bug I remember pissed me off. This is my other memory of Lego Batman 1 that I'll never forget. I got really far into like this level towards the end of because there's 2 campaigns. There's the good guys and bad guys. And I was playing as Joker really close to the end of that one, and he got stuck in the stairs going up the side of a building to the end of the level. And I tried for an hour to get him out, and I couldn't, and I just gave up and turned off the console. But it's stuff like that. Random bugs, because it was one of the first games after Lego Star Wars. It was still a work in progress with the Lego engine, the TT Games engine. So I'm more sympathetic towards that aspect of it, but that's why it took me so long. It was a more unpolished, more buggy version in some ways of Lego Batman 2. So the incentive to go back to it was I really should beat it, not, I love this game. And then after my save got nuked, I'm like, fuck this. I own the game, and I've played it a bit, and I have not beaten the game yet. I should probably do that at some point, but I've never beaten Lego Batman 1. So when I have a few friends who speedrun both Lego Batman 1 and 2, and they're like, well, 1's so much better, and I'm like, dude, don't say that to me. I'm not the person that you wanna say that to, because I have such a stupid opinion on it. I think it's worse, but it's not for any reason anyone thinks, or would think of. We'll quickly blaze through this final topic here, because it is interesting enough. A never before released. Sorry, there's some video playing on this website. I'm trying to get it to pause. It's black screened with 0 minutes now, saying that works. This is from Comic Book Gaming. A never before released game developed for the original PlayStation has now been finished and made available to the general public, entitled Magic Castle. The game was unsuccessfully pitched to several publishers back in 1998. One of the game's developers, who goes by Perowo, I don't fucking know. It's OWO. So, Perowo.
I would say Pirowo. Yeah, that's what you just said.
Pure Owo. He's like 100% Owo.
I have a feeling it's French.
Pirowo was able to track down the source code for Magic Castle and has now finished it. Described as a fantasy action RPG, the game has 4 different character types for characters to choose from, including knights, magicians, archers, and fighters, blah, blah, blah. It's really, really cool to see a PlayStation 1 game, I believe it said, not PlayStation 2, PS1 game, really so much later. Even if it's not officially. That's cool to see. What's that game? Is it Next Run Games or First Run Games? There's a game company, not game company, a company that publishes games, where instead of like Nintendo publishing them, they do it. And they do limited run, I believe it is, limited run games. They do these limited runs of stuff. I can imagine, because they've already done limited runs for older consoles, I believe. I have a feeling limited run will probably find a way to do like a 200 game run of this for the PlayStation 1 that you can buy. That's like officially
never heard
published.
of that company.
Maybe I'm getting the name wrong, but they did it for Yooka-Laylee, which was the spiritual successor and actually not great to Banjo-Kazooie. I played it. It's not great. The controls are bad. But it still had an impact. But Yooka-Laylee, I remember they published physical versions of that, and they came with like this fake N64 cartridge with it branded on it. But this is unlike that game where you're not getting it to run on an N64, so you'll just do a little tribute like that. This is a game that can run on the PS1 because it was built for it, and it's been finished coded with PS1 homebrew stuff. It can run. So it'd be really cool to see someone like them jump in and publish the game physically. Not gonna lie, I would actually probably buy it because
Do you have a PS1?
I have a PlayStation 2. It can run PS1 games.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure the PS3 can. But this is the type of thing I like to see. Old games getting finished.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool to see that. So this is the type of thing, since I really support it, I would actually buy this. Even if I and I have the money to right now, but even if I didn't, I'd get my parents to. Because I'd love to support this type of thing financially. Besides, donate $5 here. I'd much rather buy a physical version of the game. Just because that would let these companies know, like limited run, if you can find a way to, you can release and publish games meant for systems released 20 years ago, and people will still buy it. People will still easily buy it as long as it's a new game, because there's still people
As
who
long
want to
as
see
it's
this.
good, that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine. The limited run most likely won't publish it if the game isn't good. The limited run won't publish it if they don't think it'll sell, and if the game's bad, it probably won't sell. But I believe there was a Dreamcast game too, or some shit that was finished last year that was like unfinished and they finished it, or it may have been a homebrew game that was also officially published by limited run for the Dreamcast or some shit. I don't know. I know they've done something like this before where they published an old game or a game that's been finished, meant for an older console. They published it for that console, and I'd love to see it again. So I haven't had the money to buy into that previously, but now that I do, and now that I really am into it and support it, I definitely, if this game's good and they do publish it, I will buy it. And even if it's not amazing, I'll probably buy it. Because it sounds like it was an early PS1 game, right?
Yeah.
Or meant to be an early PS1 game. I don't know. It looks interesting. I kind of hope that happens. By the way, it's really cool to see that it's been released. Was Pirowo? Okay, he is one of the original devs.
I wonder why he was it just him?
He finished it alone.
Huh. I wonder why he did that.
COVID.
It's probably a mix of COVID, and when developers kill a project, they're still very passionate about it.
Yeah, they
most
still
of the
care
time.
about it. Yeah.
The reason most of them don't see the light of day is a lot of them are licensed properties, and you can't go like, hey, WB, remember that Dark Knight game you were making in 2005 that the guy who plays Commissioner Gordon kind of fucked over because he announced it publicly before it was even ready to be announced, and then pretty much set a deadline that they could never meet, and the game failed. Yeah, can we actually finish that and publish it? No, because it's the Dark Knight 2007. so it's what, like 14 years late,
Yeah.
and also it's Batman, and we already have Rocksteady with the Arkham series that came out a few years later that dominated. So no, shit like that will never see the light of day unless people leak it, and people have leaked it, like the Flash game too, not an Adobe Flash game, but a game about the Flash titled The Flash.
Really?
Bits of that leaked. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. There's a guy who does his office is with Ashens, the British YouTuber who reviews stuff. They share an office. He owns Did You Know Gaming, the guy I'm thinking of.
Oh.
There's a series on his channel with a guy named Robert Ibbotson who does like canceled games, and he does videos on them. And I'm not sure if this was on Did You Know Gaming or his own channel, but he did one on The Flash, and it's one of my favorite videos on it because it was the most informative. It showed a prototype of it that was never before seen. Like, it was a really cool video. And there's other games, like the canceled Superman game, that I swear on my life I saw an ad for in a Target. And no one else has ever said that. Apparently there's no advertising made, so I don't know what I think of when I think of it. But they showed the leaked cutscene from it, or like an unfinished cutscene. I remember seeing it was finished. And I remember seeing it at Target. I swear to God I do. And it was never advertised. I don't know how or why. But I love his videos on unreleased stuff that has been, like people leak it out. But it'd be really cool if it doesn't have to be leaked out and it can't just be released or even finished. So I don't know. This is cool to see, but getting permission to release a lot of those games, let alone finish them, is its own issue. But it's cool to see this. I don't know. I'll have to look up if there's a way to, without buying equipment for it, to like burn a PS1 game onto a disc and play it on something. Because if I'm gonna play it, I'd much rather play it on
the original, what it would have made.
At least on my PS2. I'm not gonna go buy a PlayStation 1 for it, but I'd love to play it on my PS2. I really don't like the PlayStation emulator, the PS2 one that's out, which I think can play PS1 games or something.
You don't like the PS2 emulator?
I've had so many issues with setting it up, so many audio issues, frame rate issues.
Same. I heard
hate
people
it.
loved it, but I can't get it to work either. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, so I'm over it. Rob's an expert on all that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
I was gonna ask Rob, but at that point I was like, I don't care enough to play this certain game that I'm just not even gonna ask and waste.
Sorry, I was watching the Days of Thunder game that they mentioned the thing. But what were you talking about? The emulation?
Yeah,
PS2
you're an
emulation.
expert at it.
I can help you out with that after. But,
Well, no, never mind.
Yeah, we were just mentioning that. But yeah, that looks like it's that's the last topic here. I'm gonna do this a really quick wrap up because I actually want to look into the Capitol shit. But thank you guys for watching. Sorry for any audio issues. It seems like they've kind of evened themselves out. I haven't heard anyone mention.
Yeah, after
anymore.
a while it went fine, but for like the beginning of the we'll talk about it after you end the podcast first.
Sorry for any audio issues. Sorry for me seeming like I'm space brained in the middle of it. I just have 1,000 things running through my mind. Like, what's going on in the Capitol building? Is the audio still okay? Because I can't hear back through my headset what's going on. And then just in general, my brain's like racing for stuff because it's been an annoying day. And Rob's mic just not working. Me having to return it and go find another one. So sorry about that. Hopefully next week we'll be a bit more focused. But we did kind of focus out at the end. My name's Matt. Again, I'm here with... I've said everyone's name. If you guys want to say bye, go ahead.
Nutpack!
Yeah.
All right.
Max!
Rat pack.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Woo, 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 woo.